Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Oh my goodness. I'm definitely saying good morning today. It is about 6 a.m. for me. So the good morning comes from me to you, and it may be your morning, afternoon, or nighttime when you're watching this video. It is a little after 6 a.m. for me, and it is the start of my work week. And I wanted to do a little coffee chat. I thought it would be fun to have some coffee chats in the morning. And I know for me, for some of us early risers, it's good to know that others are out there doing this in their grind, just doing this and for them. And no one else is nudging you to wake up. It's you saying, I'm going to get up, I'm going to do this, I'm going to get control of my day from early on. So I got up at actually, goodness, normally my plan is to get up at 4 to meditate. Today I got up at about 3:30 or so, and I meditate for an hour and a half. I was doing some programs. This is a little device. It's a Healy. There's a link below. I'll put a link below if you want some information about it. But so I was running some programs on this morning, and then started my meditation a little bit after 4. And I meditate for an hour and a half every morning. And then afterwards, I get up, I wash my face, brush my teeth, have some water, and then I start taking some multivitamins. I have a few multivitamins that I take every day. One of two of which are in the mornings are telomeres. I've already taken my telomeres this morning, but I call them telomeres. They support telomere. They reduce the shortening time of the telomeres and then stop that and then lengthen them. And so I did a video, an unboxing for Isogenics doTERRA. I'll put a link at the end of this video for it, but it explains it. So if you're interested in it, wanting to purchase it, there's scientific study, Nobel Prize research, one realizing that the only way for illness and disease to set into the body is for the telomeres to shorten. Excuse me. And so that was what prompted this Medicare or the vitamin support. And it's all natural. It's vitamins like B, C, D. They're different combinations of vitamins, because at first they developed chemically how to stop the telomeres from shortening and reduce that shortening length. And then they said, well, what if we could do this naturally? Things that occur naturally come from plants and vitamins and nutrients. And so they did that. And so that's one of the things I take every morning and every night. So I'll put a link below. But I'm getting ready to make my coffee. That's my Nespresso and my carafe that I have. I'm going to make some coffee this morning, and we can just have our little chat. So I've washed my face, brushed my teeth, taking my vitamins, and getting ready to enjoy coffee. Coffee is an exercise hack. And so exercising in a fasted state, it enhances fat burning. And if you add coffee to that, that is another hack. It enhances it even more. And that's coffee without sugar, without carbs, without not even I've never put sugar in my coffee, but not even the artificial sweeteners. It's just your coffee. So that is what I'm getting ready to make. I'm going to put it in the carafe, and I'll share that experience with you. Okay, so I am going to start off by selecting the coffee, and I actually already know which one I'm going to make because I wanted to fill my carafe with it. So I'm choosing the Caramel Cookie, and these are the coffee pods that come with Nespresso. So I have several sleeves of the pods, and I'm choosing the Caramel Cookie, and it's a really easy, quick way of making delicious specialty coffee. And so you simply put the pod into your Nespresso, a light tap, and it presses into the coffee pod. There is a button on top that has a picture of a coffee mug. One light press, and you're letting your Nespresso know that you are ready for your morning brew. as it's thinking about it. Press it again. Sometimes it takes a little bit. There it goes. Delicious coffee. I did a video where I showed the carafe, and this is a carafe made for the Nespresso Next, but I have the Nespresso Virtuo, and so I showed how you can use the carafe with the Nespresso Virtuo. You do want to have the lid off, but it's nice. It made a little heart. I actually like that. Your coffee's filling up beautifully. I didn't want to make an entire carafe full, but I did want to do more than one coffee pod today in here. I like the smell, the aroma of coffee floating through my kitchen in the mornings. And I also like pouring the coffee into the mug. I realized those two things were a part of my experience for having coffee. And so that is why I ordered the carafe and why I'm filling it a little more than it was originally. I like that. I realize even in the mornings, I like walking past the kitchen, peeping in, seeing the coffee pot with the coffee in it. Even if I'm not going to drink it, it wakes me up. It makes me smile a little more. So I wanted to make sure that that experience was included while I'm on this journey. And those of you who are signed up for WILDFIT class, I'm excited. Those of you who are already in spring, if some of you have decided to remove coffee, then wonderful. This is watching the drops come out. Perfect. If some of you have decided to remove coffee, then this will be something that when you get to the end of your 90 days and you're deciding what to have, what to include, what not to include, that's when you can make the decision. I did really enjoy the way my body felt when I removed coffee. However, I really like this experience in the mornings, especially because I get up at 4 a.m. I'm in the 4 a.m. club. And so this is something that it just feels like is there with me in the mornings. Okay. So it's finished brewing, and you always want to hold the carafe along the strap. This is a silicone strap that's wrapped around. There's a little clasp there, and hold it along the strap. That way you protect your hands from any heat that might come. And graciously pouring the freshly brewed coffee into the mug. And this is something that definitely is part of my experience of coffee. It comes with a stir. The carafe comes with a stir. When you stir the crema on top, that releases the coffee aroma. I like to see the crema on top, so I leave it there. But that's another addition, something else that you can do to release the aroma of coffee in the kitchen. I am adding almond milk to my coffee, and this is something that prior to WILDFIT, I put organic cream. It was the Strauss cream. I put organic cream in my coffee every mornings, and that was something that I just thought I had never found anything. I'd tried everything that could substitute that taste, that flavor. I didn't know I could do it. And I love almond milk lattes. So I'm just going to share with you how I make that. So that's my coffee. I fill it about half full. And then if you don't yet have the frother, you get your almond milk, shake it up. I was putting it in my Vitamix because the Vitamix, it heats it and it creates a foam, but I didn't like that loud noise in the mornings. It's really loud because you have to run it for a couple of minutes to get that to get the milk to heat, the almond milk to heat, and I didn't like that loud noise early in the morning, so I chose to just shake it There's my almond milk latte. Delicious specialty coffee. I know what's in here. Mm, beautiful. Okay, this is a delicious almond milk latte. Mm, this caramel cookie coffee pods are delicious. And there's no sweetener in it. Those of you who have not yet made that or ordered your Nespresso caramel coffee pods, but this is delicious. And so I'll have my coffee, and then I'm going to work out for about 45 minutes. I'm going to do ballet this morning, and it's a ballet stretch that I'm doing. There is a principal ballerina, and I do a lot of her classes with her. I like how aligned she is and when she's going through the practices. And so I am going to watch that. I've also been listening to a few learning videos for some things that I'm working on. So I've been listening to those this morning as I was brushing my teeth, washing my face, and then mm, wanting to have my biohack before I practice ballet. I've set a mini goal, a sub goal, that I want to be able to get back into the splits by December. And I started ballet and gymnastics at the age of 3, so I was always able to do the splits. And then I had surgery a few years ago, not long ago. And after that, I couldn't get on the floor. It was abdominal surgery, so I could not get on the floor. I couldn't practice yoga. It was just, yeah. So I don't have a full split anymore. And I thought I want to get that back. Like that's, it's funny. I was watching. There's an Instagram ad that Willow Smith was doing, and she so comfortably went into the splits. And I thought, I'm going to get back into my splits. So thank you, Willow, for doing that video, that ad on Instagram, because it just re-inspired me. I'm like, I want to get back into my splits, all three of them, center, left, and right. And that was just something I always did since the age of 3. It was just something, and most babies can probably do the splits. They don't because they can't walk. But I started ballet and gymnastics at such a young age, and I saw that and I thought, mini goal. And I thought I can do that. 3 months, I can do it. You just that the splits is something you actually have to practice every day. So that's good. So yeah, that's one of my mini goals, and hoping you're enjoying yourself and setting goals to get up in the mornings. I get up at 4 and I start work at 8. So I have 4 hours from the time I get up until the time I start work. And an hour and a half of that is meditation. That's the first thing that I do. And then I have about a half hour for coffee and about 45 minutes for ballet or yoga, and then about an hour for my business. So I'm getting ready to practice ballet, have a few more sips of coffee, get ready for the next portion. It's a way when you are on a path towards your dreams, what you're doing in life is different. I went to a beautiful brunch with friends. One of my friends was calling it Linner, and it was so funny. I remember the comedy sketch where they were calling it Linner. They're like, we've got to combine lunch and dinner, Linner. And so, but it lasted for hours. The food was delicious. It was homemade. It was made with love. And normally, when I go to events, I shut the events down, meaning I'm usually the last person to leave. And now I'm so focused on my dreams, on where I'm going, that I'm not able to do that. It's like I have a beginning and end. Okay, this is the time I'm leaving. And I always remember noting that. Like there were always some people who they'd go to events and they would get up and leave at a certain time. And that was never me. I would I would stay and shut it down. I was the last one to go. And now I'm like, now I'm one of the first people to get up and go. I enjoyed the meal. I did not stay for dessert. I know I wasn't going to have dessert. He made we had broiled fish, and we had that. He did make a pita bread. I didn't have the pita bread, but he had hummus with it. So I had a couple of teaspoons of hummus, and I accidentally had hummus at a Greek restaurant a week ago. And then when I went online to look at the carbs, I was like, oh, wow, I can actually have this because I'm not having a half a cup or a fourth of a cup. I'm actually just having a couple of teaspoons just so I'm enjoying it. I do like hummus, but it's only 2 carbs. So I'm like, oh, I can do that. I can have a couple of teaspoons of this. So I didn't have the pita bread, and they passed it around. And I even held the beautiful tray that the pita bread was on and offered it to the gentleman next to me. He's so beautiful. And then I handed it back. And then one of the hosts, he asked me, he was like, oh, do you want some pita bread? And I said, oh, not today. And it was that easy. So when you have your list of foods that are in the rarely, or the food you're not having right now, it's easier if you don't offer an explanation after. If you say not right now, but oh, I'm releasing weight, and so I don't want to put that in my body right now, or that's when people come with, oh, treat yourself. So, but if you're like, oh, not today, it's light, it's easy, and that's true. I will have pita bread in the future, especially when I go to Greece. When I had it in Greece, I was like, this is what pita bread is supposed to taste like. I didn't know, but it was so easy not to have that. And then he had, oh, there was a radish salad, so just radishes and a dressing. It was a yogurt dressing made with dairy. And so I did have that. Um, and dairy is on my rarely list. It's the only things on my never list. Sodas are on there, but I was never a soda drinker, so that wasn't even a big deal. I just thought of that today. I'm like, oh, sodas are on mine, but I don't drink sodas ever, so that wasn't a big deal. Soy is on my never list, but dairy is on my rarely list, and so I did have that. And also there was a beet salad. I had a little bit of that. And then the broiled fish. And then he had potatoes. I didn't have the potatoes. And then I didn't have dessert. I left before dessert was even ready, but he was making everything fresh. So dessert was actually cooking. And so I stayed maybe after I'd finished eating dinner, maybe about 20 minutes or so, enjoyed conversation with friends. And it's a group of friends. We meet periodically for dinner parties, and I love it. But what I wanted to talk about was the dairy. I haven't had dairy since I last went out of town, which was, when was my last vacation? June. June. Okay. So for me, that would be, it's 3 months, 90 days. So I haven't had any dairy in 90 days. So I had the radish dairy salad. And all I was thinking was, well, this is within my carb count. My focus is on staying in ketosis. So then when I got home, after I took my shower, I was in the bed, I meditated, and I was thinking, gosh, as I was meditating, I was like, my throat feels weird. I was like, am I getting sick? I was like, oh my goodness, as I'm actually traveling tomorrow. And I was like, no, I can't. Was someone there sick? And I'm very sensitive to my body. And so I know that people say, oh, if someone is sick and you're next to them, you don't notice it that day, but I do. Like, I'm that sensitive. You can tell before it sets in. But anyway, I was like, certainly I can't be. I'm like, oh my goodness. And I thought about it. I said, it's the dairy. I had dairy. Most people have all of these symptoms, but don't know what it's coming from because they're things you've eaten every day or almost every day since you were quite young. And when you remove something completely and then put it back, even today, like you can hear me, my throat, it just keeps, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is what I had all the time, just kind of phlegm, just in my throat a lot. I thought I had allergies. I did. I was allergic to it was the foods I was eating. I was putting foods into my body that my body had to spend a lot of energy getting out. And so noticing that last night, I was like, oh my goodness, look. I mean, it was just really, and then I realized I was like, wait, this isn't sick. It's a lot of phlegm. It's my throat. It's the dairy. And this is something that the founder of WildFit said to do. He said, pay attention to how you feel when you add foods in, and it's called an experiment. He's like, it's not, oh, I'm off the plan. And that's what I love about it. I had dairy. Dairy's on my rarely list. Definitely rarely is once every 3 months. That's definitely rarely. And I had it, but noticing immediately what it did to my throat, so that I might consider that the next time. Do I want to feel like have my throat, just a lot of phlegm and needing to clear my throat a lot for the next couple of days? Is this worth it? Now, some things it will be. I'm trying to think of something. No, because a lot of cakes don't use dairy. I was just thinking of like birthdays. I'm not big on ice cream, but birthday cake is something that will be that's on my rarely list, and that I know I'll enjoy. But I'm trying to think of anything that's dairy that I would just tres leches. I would go through the throat the throat thing for tres leches. Not every day, not every week, not every month, but if someone offered tres leches in 3 months, I would definitely say yes. so and that's a dairy thing. Ooh, I'm gonna do a tres leches non-dairy. I'm gonna perfect that and then do a video. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm getting ready to go and practice. I've had enough of my almond milk latte. I've had about half of it. Getting ready to go practice ballet so that my body can get get my mental state right, meditate in the mornings, get my body right, letting me know what's most important. If you're waking up, hopping in the shower, and then going to work and then working, you're not setting your day with your best foot forward. But when you wake up, get your mental state right, meditate, get your body right, get your exercise in, have a little coffee, set some affirmations for the day, figure out your goals for the day. And then do an hour of learning, whether that's focusing on your business, whether that's reading something about investing, about crypto, an hour of learning, and then go to work. And that way you have invested in you fully, because after work, and that's something that I noticed. I always had plans to do these things after work, and most days after work it didn't happen. And then I'd feel bad about myself, like, oh, I didn't work out again today. Oh, I didn't work out. Oh, I didn't read. Oh, but I'm like, in the mornings, that's productive time for me. Nothing gets in the way. The only thing I have to do is get out of bed when my alarm goes off. And actually, I don't even have to get out of bed because I meditate in bed, not laying down. That's a recipe for going back to sleep. But I sit up, I meditate in bed. So I run to the bathroom and then get back in bed and meditate because it's nice and warm. I've tried it other places, but I'm able to stay more in alpha and theta if I stay seated in the bed. Other places, it was just kind of, I don't know, not. I tried on my balcony as well. I don't know, I might revisit that at some point just because I live right on the water. My house in Miami Beach is right on the water. So hearing the ocean, that might be something. I might try that. Revisit that again. Try that again. We'll see. But so I'm ready to practice ballet. Thank you so much for watching the coffee chat. Enjoy your day. Coffee is an exercise enhancer. Having it in a fasted state, exercising in a fasted state, it increases the fat burn. So it helps your body to burn the fat. Always into a hack. Thank you so much for watching. I have links below for everything. So check the links below. There's a link below if you're wanting to register for the next WILDFIT class. We do 3 a year. If you want to register for the next WILDFIT class before it fills up, the link is below, snapbackbodywild.com, and there's a link below. Love to see you in class. I am a WILDFIT coach. I'm so excited about this. I'm still in training today, but by the time you see this video, I will probably be a certified WILDFIT coach. So super excited about that. Love to see you in one of my classes. Go to snapbackbodywild.com to get more information. This is a tried, trusted, true program that works. It's not one of those plans where you're going to lose weight and get off and gain back. And the founder was just listening to one of his videos today where he was talking to a student who had lost 100 pounds his first year on it. And then he saw the founder like a couple of years later and said that he failed. And he was like, "Why did you fail?" And he said, "Well, you know, I only lost 100 pounds. He's like, "Well, are you still eating two pizzas on a Friday?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "Did you gain the weight back?" He's like, "No." But he still had like 200 or 300 more pounds to lose. I think he said he started off at about 500 pounds. And he was like, "You didn't fail." He was like, you're in a different season right now. He's like, "You didn't fail. Did you gain the weight?" He's like, "No." And so that's one of the things I've released 40 pounds. It's not quite been a year in let's see, it's been 9 months since I've completed my WILDFIT class, and I've released 40 pounds so far. And so it's a release, maintain. Every other diet I've done 9 months later, I would have been like, "Oh, I put back 20 pounds, 30 pounds. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna give it the old college try." And none of that. This is just a comfortable rethought of everything that I thought I knew about releasing weight and health plans and the way to live, the way to eat. And it should be comfortable. It should be easy, and that's what it is. So love to see you in class. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your mornings. You hear that? Dairy. I will see you on the next one. Sending dreams your way.